What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to another Jeremy Ramblins video, a weekly series where I just talk about my thoughts, events, and everything in between. I know I just came out with one a few days ago, but I got a lot to talk about, so I figured I'd go ahead and come out with another one. And we got a new subscriber. First of all, I'm really tired, so bear with me. The Twitch advice video. How in the world does that get 120 views? Like, genuinely, how in the world? I asked a simple question that I was genuinely confused on, seemed to get conflicting answers when Googling it. Is there a way? Like, does this Streamlabs console software, put chat overlay on the TV? And 120 people watch that, and instead of giving a simple answer, nope, that's your opportunity to try to insult me. Everybody just taking a moment to shoot spitballs at me for asking a question. Hey, this is my moment. This is the moment I've been waiting for. My existence is just to be a troll because I am unhappy with my dad's check bouncing. Let's think of the wittiest insult. Here we go. Long hair. Knock off Moist Critical. The fact that that's all you can come up with is insane to me. Like, this is your moment. This is your moment to be a dick. And you come up with the same insult that everyone else did. Nothing sums up the human race quite more than that. 30 people all thinking they're witty for coming up with the same layup. Bravo. What bugs me about it the most, though, is that you're making a good person's community look bad. That's what you're doing. A lot of people that watch me like Moist Critical. Moist Critical is an awesome person, and you're making his community look bad. Anyways, I figured the answer to that question, the answer is no. Despite what AI Overview says, Streamlabs isn't even an OBS software. And so not only does it not put chat on TV, but I figured it out. So I just don't understand how a 10-minute video that's really not even a normal video, it's just me asking a question, that gets 120 views. But vlogging, talking about my day, shit like that doesn't. I don't usually delete videos, but I might delete that one since it's just me asking a question that I figured out the answer to. Seems kind of pointless to leave it up, but I don't know. I also figured out that every single video I've posted up until now has been categorized as gaming. I don't know if that matters. I'm assuming it does, because if that means my videos are only popping up in the gaming section when they have nothing to do with gaming, yeah, I could see that being a problem. So I fixed that, and it sucks. Yesterday I had to upload 2 different videos. It sucks that I had to basically just upload a video bitching about YouTube, and then ultimately decided to re-upload the advice for anorexia video because normally I wouldn't care. Like, if I get age restricted, it's really not that big of a deal. But talking about this specifically, yeah, I want it to reach as many people as possible, not be hard to find. This was my personal experience with something and how I dealt with it and trying to overcome it, like 75% of the way there. And it's just fucked up to me that not only did YouTube say I'm promoting self-harm, which is a very serious claim, but I re-upload the video, make 0 changes to it. I just blur out 3 letters, and that's fine. Like, I get if they would have said, hey, this is a sensitive subject, we're gonna, keep it to 18 plus, that would be understandable. That's not what they did. They said you're directly promoting self-harm, and then their reference for that moment is holding up a jar of peanut butter. That is infuriating. That's not caring about mental illness. That's pretending to care. If somebody is trying to talk about mental illness, talk about anorexia, talk about depression, suicidal thoughts, whatever it may be, and share that advice with somebody else is important. You know, talking about mental health and normalizing that is important. So, I don't know, man. Just blocking certain terms when they could be helpful for people. When, yeah, that's irritating. And so I re-uploaded it because I actually wanted people to see it. And it sucks because it had 4 likes, had comments, it was gaining momentum, looked like it would be a video that would get 50 to 100 views, and YouTube kind of stopped it dead in its tracks, and I re-upload it, and all that matters is that it's there, it's accessible, and maybe one day it finds the right person who's going through similar things, you know? And then after all that effort, now it's getting downvoted to shit, and I don't know why. I am sorry I shared my experience with this eating disorder and how I'm working through it. My bad. I don't know if it's people just genuinely not being able to comprehend that there's people out there that suffer with this and can go days without eating and not notice. Like, I know that sounds nuts, but it's true. Or if it's people that, you know, suffer from anorexia for different reasons that the advice is not helpful for, you know, like the fear of gaining weight is not anorexia. Anorexia is the inability to eat. The fear of gaining weight is just another way to get there. So if that's why you're suffering from that, the video might not be very helpful for you. So maybe that could be it, but I'm just trying to share my experience with this problem that I continue to deal with. I still go days without eating. I'm not all the way there, but went from being 100 pounds to 140. And nope, now it gets downvoted. Like, I know I'm not the only one out there that deals with this. My hope is that it finds the right person. It's not meant to be a whammy. It's meant to be genuine advice for somebody that's suffering from the same thing. And that's the whole reason why I re-uploaded it. But whatever. But just so many people being hateful this week, and I don't get why. I'm asking for Twitch advice because I'm trying to stream in not really the most efficient way, you know? Like, most people, they stream, they got double monitors, they got a camera, they got a microphone. I am trying to stream with one computer and a phone. Like, I'm using the camera from the computer, using the computer to screen capture, and then using my microphone from the computer as well as the microphone from the phone. And that's not your normal setup, but it works. It's working. And I figured out how to put chat overlay on the screen whenever I switch tabs through Chatterino, through a follower's suggestion. And yeah, so I'm just happy I figured that out. I didn't ultimately find the answer to putting stream on TV, but this is actually a better option. So now I can game or do this. But if I game, you know, chat is going to be a bitch. That's just the unfortunate part of that. But gaming isn't really what I want my streams to always be. So that's exciting. Figured out a couple more things. Made the stream look a little bit more personalized, a little bit more nice. I wanted to go live last night, but I just didn't get done with Persephone until too late. I read her a lot of books last night, and we're starting to get in the habit of reading bedtime stories, trying to teach her words and whatnot, and going through the potty training phase. So she's requiring a lot more attention, which is why, you know, streaming's going to be sporadic and probably, I don't know, a couple days a week, an hour here, an hour there, you know. But it is exciting news, and I appreciate you guys showing up and being supportive. And I mean, somehow my last stream got 40 views and a new follower, and that's you guys. I appreciate you. It's an opportunity to make longer form content. If you guys enjoy that, it's a way for me to hang out with you live, which I enjoy. I mean, shit, even played Fortnite with one of you, and it was a lot of fun. And trying to grow on both platforms. But yeah, I'm probably not going to stream tonight. I'm exhausted. On the weekends, I got to start. I have this problem where on the weekends, I stay up way too late and I just completely fuck up my schedule. So I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because I needed to get up early for work today. So probably no stream tonight, but I will try tomorrow. The cool thing about figuring out the computer is now I can just hop on whenever I want. But yeah, it was a good weekend. It was fun streaming, hanging out with you guys. And yeah, I'm sorry the video yesterday was just a double video and a re-upload. So yeah, I think that's all I got for you. Stream we got figured out on the desktop. Still got to play around with it a little bit more, but for the most part, we got chat working. That's now a new option. Figured out the answer to the question on the TV, and it's kind of irrelevant now. And yeah, people are shitty. That's awesome. It's awesome that I ask a genuine question because, yeah, I mean, it might be a silly question. Maybe to somebody that watches it, it's like, dude, this is obvious, but I'm still trying to figure all this out. For an entire year, I didn't think I was able to stream on the computer because I thought you had to have a separate camera to be able to film yourself and capture, your screen. I didn't realize you could do both with the computer. And I don't see my camera. Whenever I'm streaming, I don't see the camera. I don't know if other streamers do, but I'm assuming they do. I don't. And I think that's why. Is because I'm using the computer and screen capturing, to do both. I think that's why I'm unable to see my camera, see the chat, and whatnot. But with Chatterino installed, that's a chat client that works with Twitch that allows you to have pop-out chat while you're simultaneously switching between tabs. So I got that downloaded. Worst case scenario, that doesn't work, and then I just have to put a chat box in on Streamlabs. And I'll get alerted when there's a message, and then I just click over on the tab. The problem with that is whenever I click on the tab to check a message, it looks like you just entered a 7-dimensional hell. And I'm hoping work goes good this week. Instacart is being a bitch. Instacart, dude, they do this stupid thing where if you make a substitution or make a refund, which is sometimes requested by their customer, that counts against you. And it's inevitable that when you're shopping, that you're going to run into a situation where an item is out of stock and you need to substitute it. And simply doing that affects your rating, and then in some situations, especially with alcohol, if they're out of an item, a customer will just request a refund. They won't want a substitution on it. And so when you do that refund, that counts against you. And so then you click on the tab where it shows your average score for shopping and says needs work, and you click on it and it's like, well, more people than you were able to find this item in the stores. And it's like, dude, that is not a fair unit of measurement. I can't help the fact that one day a shopper, the item was in stock, so they found it, and then the next, it wasn't for me. I'll track down the barcode and everything, and in the lack of looking, I will look 20 minutes for one item. And so, fuck you. It's inevitable. And you're holding something against me that I can't help. And by saying, well, other shoppers found it, yeah, well, they could have shopped the day the truck came in and they got fully stocked. That's not a fair unit of measurement. That's fucking stupid. And counting refunds and substitutions against you in the first place is just dumb. They already lower your money if you do a refund, and sometimes a customer will specifically request it. Now they just came up with a new way to do substitutions, and it ironically leads to more refunds. And then that's counted against you, and you're paid less. These gig companies, all of them, are just fucking terrible. Not to mention, damn near every customer, you sit here and try to communicate with them and message them, hey, they're out of this item. I just want to make sure that this substitution is okay with you. And then they don't get back to you. And then so, you know, depending on the item, sometimes you think, oh, well, it's better to get some version of this or a different brand than just not get it at all. And then you'll send the customer message after message. They won't respond. And then they're unhappy with what you substituted it with. Give you a thumbs down for poor communication. It's amazing. Every job has their problems, dude. But in a shopping app, it is inevitable that today when I go out and shop, I'm going to need to substitute something. The fact that counts against you is insane. The fact that refunding an item is insane. Like the customer tips 10, 5, 20%, right? So if you refund something, then their tip goes down. And it's fucked up because the customer would probably still tip you the same amount they signed up for, but that's the way Instacart does it. So not only do you lose money because of something you can't control, but it also counts against your shopping rating. It's ridiculous, but whatever. We're doing it part-time now. So that's all I got for you today. I love you guys. I appreciate you watching and appreciate your support this week and appreciate you showing up to stream, and hopefully I figure this out and it can be a more fun, casual experience. Make some VODs, either leave them for you to watch after, maybe even export them over here to YouTube for people that want longer content. But we'll see. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.